How are you doing today, beautiful? So let's talk today about how to improve our intuition. I've been talking to you a lot about intuition, what it is, how it affects our lives. We still need to talk about how we use it. So intuition is a fun thing, that voice, that inner knowing. We gotta learn what it is, we gotta learn how to hear it, right? How the heck do we do that? There's a lot of different ways that we can learn. A lot of different things that we can do to improve it, to recognize it, and to cipher out the other voices that we oftentimes hear. I'm going to give you 3 tips today on how to start doing that. Some are more fun, some games. Some are a little harder, require you to dig down a little bit. And some are just generally good for our health. So let's see if you can figure out which is which. So the game part's easy. Guessing games. Simple things like, hey, what time is it? I think it's 5:43. Not quite right. But try that one. The game of, what is this card? Pull a card out of a deck. Obviously without looking at it first, try to figure out what it is. Guessing games are pretty good. Another really fun one is guess the elevator. Call the elevator and try to guess which one's coming. The tricky part about the guessing games is, and the thing that'll get you messed up, is if ego gets in the way. The way you know if ego's talking is if you're invested in what the answer is. So best not to do this when people are around, or your friends nearby, and you're trying to show off that you have learned things. You feel like you have to guess right. You feel like you must know. And then ego will be the one talking and not intuition. You have to be able to do it when you have nothing invested in the answer. Because then ego has no reason to be yelling at you. And you can hear the voice of intuition. So with any guessing game that you choose, try to make it so that it doesn't matter if you win or lose. It doesn't matter if you're right or wrong. You're going to be wrong a lot. I still can't do the elevator game. Don't know why. I think I'm so invested in the answer. I still get it wrong all the time. But I've learned to listen to intuition most of the time. I'm still learning too. So the next one's a lot easier if you already have a spiritual practice in place. And I say that because it requires stillness. So for some people, prayer helps with this, or meditation. And the point with this one is that you learn how to be quiet. But what's interesting is you don't necessarily have to be still. I like to sometimes do exactly what I'm doing right now. And I walk around. Take a walk by yourself. In a nice neighborhood or in the woods is great. Somewhere quiet-ish. Somewhere where you can just let go of the stresses. Walking is good for that. I also really like to use yoga for that practice. Yoga is a way for me to physically work the body, give it something to do. It also gives me something to kind of focus on that makes my brain stop trying to worry about everything I need to do and all the worries and the stress. About exercise in a gentle, calm way that gets you to a different place mentally. And I've always found that when I'm doing yoga, something about stretches and the inner core strength makes me always think very positively about myself. And it gets you in a different headspace. By doing that, you tend to be a lot more willing to trust yourself, listen to yourself. It kind of calms ego a bit and allows intuition to speak up. So try a couple of those. Meditation is good. If you've already practiced meditation, excellent. By all means, try meditation. Try a breathing meditation. Just focus on your breath. Long, slow, deep breaths. And prayer is the same way. Prayer can be very helpful. It's a time of quiet, or any other spiritual practice you may do that find you in a calmer, more positive place. All these things will strengthen your intuition because it strengthens the trust in something bigger than yourself, something deeper. And lastly, self-reflection. This is a big one. Intuition is about listening to yourself. Whether it be not just intuition who's speaking, but all those voices. You have to listen to them all. Find out who's talking. Find out what they're saying and why. Fear has a purpose. Ego has a reason. And if that's all you can hear, you might want to start listening and find out why. What is ego trying to tell you? When you give it time to speak, just like a child that demands attention, the more you neglect, the more they'll find ways to get your attention. You finally sit down and spend some quality time really focusing on them, they'll calm down. Especially if you're going through a highly emotional time. And listen to what it's saying and ask the deep questions. If you're struggling with something, ask yourself, why am I struggling with this? What am I afraid of? What do I think is going to happen? All of these questions can help you find out more about what is going on inside. And the more you do this, the more ego will teach you some things about yourself. And ego will stop shouting so much, and intuition will speak up. So let's recap. See if you remember all those 3 things. Games. Easy. Guessing games. Pick something. Play around with it. See what you can figure out. And start listening to that voice that tells you what the answer is. Get quiet. Really important. You gotta be quiet inside to hear. It's a quiet voice that speaks. And lastly, you have to listen to yourself. If you don't let yourself speak, how are you going to listen? All of those voices have a purpose. Find out what they're telling you. Find out what they want to say. Find out why. Do these 3 things and you'll find that intuition becomes a lot bigger part of who you are, your everyday life. You'll start noticing subtle things. Like I said in one of my first videos, that little voice that'll say, you might want to check your pockets before you wash the laundry. And you might actually listen. And you might save yourself a broken pen in the wash. First time that happens, it's pretty powerful. And it keeps happening. Keep listening. Don't be afraid to be wrong. You're going to be wrong. Even the best of us still get it wrong. I know some people who live their lives through intuition are amazingly accurate, and they still get it wrong. Because we can't know everything. But we trust there's something bigger in all. Perhaps that's the last little bonus lesson. It's learning to trust yourself, others, something higher than all of us. I am a spiritual person by nature. I always have been. It's an integral part of who I am. And whatever you believe, life is a lot easier when you believe there's something bigger than yourself. Something that cares about you. And if there's nothing else that I know in my life, this is something I know to be true. I've seen it. It's taken care of me. It's provided for me. God, the universe, spirit, the divine, goddess, whatever you want to call it. I really do think it's out there looking out for you and me. We all have a purpose. There's a reason for all of this. Find it. Life will be a lot easier. Try these things out, see how it works for you, and have an awesome day. You got this.
Hey there, Thanks for watching. I just want to say real quick, I'm getting ready to upload this video right now. I'm actually finishing some touches up, and I want to say, I want to hear from you. What about this video made sense? What just resonated with you? What maybe gave you an aha moment? Comment below. Let me know what you think. Let me know what I should say more about, what I should expand on. I have lots of ideas, lots of more videos coming, but I really want to know what you want to hear about. And be sure to subscribe and hit that little notification bell, and so we can get to know each other a little better. I'll see you at the next video.